Hey guys, I'm Angela and welcome back to Hobby Night. Now, if you are new to the channel, then you may not already know this, but if you are frequent here, you'll know that I love vampires. And Wizards of the Coast was very generous recently and is revisiting the plane of Innistrad, where there are vampires. And I picked up a collector booster of the Innistrad Remastered set. And I'm really hoping, well, I kind of hope we get an Edgar, but regardless if we don't, I'm hoping we get some of those cool movie poster cards. So let's tear into these packs and see what we get. Alrighty, so here we are. We have our booster box. I want to get this plastic off of it. I am so excited. I did pick up 2 booster packs just randomly when I was at a friendly local game store. And honestly, I was a little disappointed with what I got with just the 2. I'm hoping with having a full collector's booster box in front of me that I'm gonna get some really cool posters or poster cards, because the one that I got, while it was awesome, it's like the least interesting one that I was looking forward to. There are a couple in here and I don't even fully remember their names exactly, because I know they're like, it's a lot of like older cards reprinted in these formats, but I'm excited. Okay, let's set the one set aside, put one here. There, we can see it. And let's just get opening these. Oh, I am so hyped. I love the art for the vampire cards. Like any vampire set, it doesn't matter what it is, because I know they end up putting vampires in a lot of different sets. It's not exclusive to just when they visit Innistrad. But I love the vampire art. It's so good. All right, we're starting off, just making sure we're on the right side, with a wolf. Hey guys, I'm just jumping into the video to remind you to hit that subscribe button if you're enjoying the content that you find here. And if you're into the spicier side of the hobby, then I invite you to join my VIP page. New subscribers get 50% off their first month's subscription. I hope to see you there. Now, let's go ahead and get back to the video. Ooh, okay, our first rare is Wedding Announcement. This one is, I have this one before from an old, I think it was the Crimson Vows set. I think this was a popular one because I recognized this art from there. It's a really cool rare. We have it in holo, and then we got it in non-holo as well. So a nice little duplicate of the same card. I actually find, and you guys let me know, do you find that this happens more often than it used to? Because I have found in the last 5 years of me opening these cards that I get like the same art or the same card doubled very often in my packs. Maybe it's just me thing, but I feel like it happens more often. We got Second Harvest, which is just got really cool art on it. Like it's a bunch of guys in a cornfield, very horror-like, very actually gives me Frankenstein vibes, if I'm honest. The couple, by the way, in Wedding Announcement are just super, super cute. Oh, I forgot. Actually, these guys flip over. I completely forgot that they do that. Then they turn into the wedding festivity and they look regal AF. I love the outfits of these 2 vampires just looking so stunning in their red, gold, and black. All right, so there's our Second Harvest. We've got a lovely, just like humans wandering around in a cornfield. The Memory Deluge is a beautiful blue card. I don't use blue cards myself very often, but the art for them always tends to be very ethereal. I find very like magical, which tends to make sense. I mean, it's magic, right? They're all magical, but I feel like they end up getting very wispy. There's a lot of blue color tones, whites end up being in there a lot, and it just has this very ghostly vibe, which Memory Deluge does. Thermos Alchemist, any Alchemist card is pretty cool, and this guy is very Mechanicus feeling. A lot of like, what looks like steam engines with fire everywhere. He also has a little bit of a Skaven vibe with some like green embery glows. Soul Separator, this one looks painful in kind of a fun way. His soul is getting ripped out, that's not the fun part. Well, I mean, maybe for some people, Drukari perhaps would love this, but like he's just arching his back in such an uncomfortable way. We got Gather the Townsfolk, lovely, literally gathering of the townsfolk. An island in holo. I do love any time I get HoloLands. Like I like bringing them actually to events with me because that way I know that they're mine. I can just immediately leave if I've done a draft or whatever. I don't have to give any lands back, or I've got my collection of them. They're all sleeved and everything, and I'm good to go. Dusk Watch Recruiter. Now this one I do know flips over because it has the little symbol, and it turns into the Caloran Horde Howler. Big ol' wolf boy. He's got the longest Most majestic, oh no, those are arm, he has arm tassel hairs. I don't know if I like that. I might be mildly wigged out by that. It's an interesting concept, but I don't know if I'm comfortable with it. Rally the Peasants, basic common card, or uncommon card actually, with a bunch of more peasants on it at least. Honestly, we get a lot of that in this set. Innistrad has a lot of humans, a lot of vampires of course, a lot of spirits, a lot of zombies. I'm sure we're gonna see plenty of that throughout this. And a lot of like undead sort of like woodland creatures and or, in this case, a literal tree folk. He's very, very upset, this lumber knot. Very angry. Somebody's trying to chop him down, and he might be a little upset by that. Eaten Alive, zombie getting his nom on. Conduit of Ermakul. Very, very exciting, ugly, terrifying Resident Evil-like werewolf, actually. Gives me very much Resident Evil like 4 and 5 with the parasite, Los Plagos. And he is a transforming one, the Conduit of Storms, so he probably transforms into this. Interesting. Then we have the Dawn Heart Disciple and a Vasian Priest. She is very stoic. This one gives me very like old world vibes if you're familiar with Warhammer 40K or Warhammer Fantasy Battles. All right, that's our first pack done. Let's go ahead and take a look at the next one. Will we get lucky in this one? Will we see a poster card? I have no idea. I really hope so. That would be cool. I would also love to actually get this pack open without damaging. Oh, there's my scissors. Let me just cut the pack open. I struggle so much with the packaging on these collector boosters. They are just, they use a thicker, more heavy duty plastic and or, I don't know if it's plastic or metal, what these things are made of, but it's more heavy duty, whatever it is, in these booster packs. All right, starting off with a lovely spirit. Ooh, okay, we have Craterhoof Behemoth, which is a giant toad, a mythic rare. And it is hollow, which is very cool. Oh, it says 5 of 5. No, that's just, never mind. It was not in a box like normal, and I was like, does this mean it's signed? No, Angela, don't get overexcited. We also have Heartless Summoning. Dude, the art on this, those zombie girls, those like undead women on, okay, maybe they're not undead. I think they might just be corpses of women on hooks, which is a little creepy. For Heartless Summoning is good art. It's good creepy art. Ooh, okay, we got something full art this time. Cryptolith Rite. What are they summoning? It looks like a big sort of tendril, almost like a venom-like tendril coming out. It almost looks like stone though. I love the green, blue, and like black color palette of this. I mean, it's a green card, so that makes sense. We also have the Hunt Master of the Fells, who transforms into the Ravager of the Fells, another giant werewolf. But this one doesn't have awkward fur tassels, so I immediately like him more. He is also a red-green, which is pretty cool. He could be, oh, he's actually not a legendary creature, so cannot be your commander or anything like that. Okay, moving into the uncommons, we have another alchemist. They like to put why are the alchemists in all the uncommon slots? I want a rare alchemist. I don't know if there actually is one. I'm just feeling like they're being a little biased towards them. Lightning Axe, very, very cool. Nice instant there. Sort of the very vintage style of art, actually, which I really dig. Silent Departure, oh, lovely ghosts ascending, I guess not descending. They are ascending a stairwell. The lovely chandelier. And then we got our hollow plains this time. Rise from the Tides, some zombies coming out of the water. Very Cthulhu-like. Wandering Mines. Another multicolor, which is great. Blue-red, so I don't know how often I'll use it, because again, I don't really run blue very often. I just don't. But I do really like the art of this. It kind of reminds me of, what are the little brain guys that follow around the Illithids in D&D? It kind of looks like that with wings. That's what it looks like. Uncaged Fury, a big angry werewolf slashing his claws at you. Do you like that? The Young Wolf, does this transform? Nope, does not transform. I thought maybe it might, but does not. Very cute, jumping into, honestly, what looks like a pile of leaves. Volden Duelist, is that a ghost? Oh no, the cape is just like being thrown over his head. I see. A very lovely vampire warrior. Might be good. It has haste, might be good for my vampire commander deck. We also have Imprisoned in the Moon. Oh, wow. Okay, this one took me a moment as I was looking at it because the holo actually made the reflection of the monster, like the big tenderly monster that's in the background, a little difficult to read. But again, like these blue cards are so ethereal. I love it. Ooh, and then Cathar Commando as our last uncommon. Human soldier. She just looks like honestly, she looks like a badass druid warrior. Very, very cool. Moving on to our next pack. Let's see what we get. I'm just gonna go ahead and cut these open. Save myself the time, save myself the struggle, the humiliation of being unable to open a pack of cards. Ooh, we got a clue as our token this time. Ooh, Galvanic Iteration. Very cool. I don't know if this is a specific, like this border treatment looks a little unique, so I don't know if this is one of the different styles of borders that they're doing in this particular set, but I do really like that. It's a nice instant too. When you next cast an instant or sorcery spell this turn, you copy the spell. Those are always tend to be very powerful, which are very nice. Oh, Through the Breach. This is the one that I got the poster for previously. So not a bad card to get at all. Nice to have another one. Is it mythic? I guess it is. I hadn't really realized that it was a mythic rare. But yeah, we got another Through the Breach. I do like the poster version of this one, I will say, more than this particular, because this one's a little bit more amorphous. I mean, you're going through the breach. It's supposed to be a little like how spooky and otherworldly and unknown, but the poster version was very, oh, lovely. Okay. Oh, this is my first pull that I have been super, super excited about. Okay, we got Sorin, Imperious Bloodlord. He is a legendary planeswalker. He looks amazing. He's honestly very Henry Cavill Geralt, if I do say so myself. I also love the bleeding. I think they're statues. I think it's just two statues of ladies bleeding out of their eyes. Wonderful. Now does he doesn't, he's a planeswalker, so yeah, he doesn't flip over or anything. But full art looks amazing. All right, I'm very pleased. I'm very happy with that pull. We also have Bedlam Reveler. Is that a little kitty? Kind of. It's a little devil cat. I mean, devil horror, devil cat, same difference. Nice red card. Ooh, we have a Young Wolf full art holo. I think that's just a common, but still really cool art. I love these very semi-realistic portraits that they do occasionally of some of the animals on the cards. The Luna Arc Veteran. He has a peg leg. I guess he's a pirate. He's a human cleric, but he kind of looks piratey. Maybe he's a coastal cleric of some variety. Or no, does he not? Oh, never mind. He doesn't actually have a peg leg. It's just that I read it as a peg leg because of the reflection on the card. My goodness, never mind. He's not a pirate at all. I'm talking nonsense. Bound by Moonsilver. Oh, do you transform? You feel like a transform? Nope, you're not a transform card. This guy feels like he would then transform and you'd flip him over and again, giant werewolf ripping out of his bondage that he's in here. Because he's in those, what are those shackles called where you put your head through it and your two arms? I can't remember. But they're very like, it's a very cool looking card actually. I think it should transform. We have a Hollow Forest. Very nice. A Grizzled Angler. This guy does transform into a giant anglerfish. That is hilarious. Oh my God, his head is the part that would be like glowing and luring people in. You know, normally when I see monsters like this, that portion is a hot lady meant to siren guys in and doom them that way. It's not normally a bearded dude's face. I appreciate the diversity, actually, that Wizards is putting in there. But very cool looking card, honestly. Lovely blue card. Again, don't know if I'll ever use it, but I really need to try blue at some point. I'm so nervous. I'm so scared that I'm not gonna like grok how to do it and I'll use it poorly and I'll just lose a bunch and I'll get discouraged. But if I never try it, then I'll never know if I'm actually bad at it. So I should just try it. Next up, we have Deadly Allure, which is a lovely hot lady with a snake. Who doesn't love a hot lady with a snake? Travel Preparations. Nice green card. Ooh, Ecstatic Awakener. All right, so this is another flip card. I'm gonna guess werewolf. Ooh, no, he turns into like, oh, a demon. Awoken demon. A demon with like extra hands. He's very Zinchian, actually. I like it. I like it a lot. Okay, that's a very cool card. Falconwrath Torture. I have so many of this from Crimson Vow. In fact, I still have Crimson Vow set boosters to open, and I've pulled this card in that. So I'll just add it to the collection. Hungry Ridge Wolf. Oh, it's a collection of very beautiful mohawked wolves. Wonderful. They're so good. And then a Reckless Scholar is, oh, I thought he was flipping somebody off, but he is definitely not. He's just pointing at the sky, going, probably get me something, because he's seen something out of his telescope. It looks like he's looking through. Very, very nice. All right, I'm really liking the cards. We haven't gotten a poster card yet, however. What the heck? Where are my poster cards? Okay, I'm gonna guess that this next pack has a poster card in it. We did get that very cool Soren. Or was it Soren? Did I say his name correctly? I did. Haha. All right, we did get that very, very cool Soren. This has been the best one so far. I'm just gonna set it off to the side where I have access to it so I can look at our coolest cards at the end. All right, starting off our next card, we have a wolf token. We have a Captivating Vampire. He has 90s like goth gloves, long nails, and he's leaning in, trying to draw you in. That's our first rare. All right, we also got, ooh, a land. Westvale Abbey, very peaceful looking. It is literally just a drawing, a watercolor painting looking like of an abbey. Very beautiful. Cryptolith Rite. It's a bunch of masked dudes holding their arms. Oh, they're summoning that thing again. We've gotten this card before, but it was hollow previously. It threw me off. So another one of those. Traverse the Ulvenwald, which is like, are they going through like a bunch of, yeah, it's trees. There's a really tiny person on a horse in the background. And then you've got like these horrifying, gnarly trees. Very lovely green sorcery. One cost too. What do you actually do? Search your library for a basic land card, reveal it, and put it into your hand, then shuffle. And then it has Delirium, which was one of the newer, I think, rules added. If there are 4 or more cards of any type in your graveyard, instead you can search your library for a creature or a land, reveal it, and put it into your hand, then shuffle. So it just makes it a little bit better. Very nice. All right, we got our Hamlet Captain. A Spider Spawning. Why? Oh. I don't remember, I remember asking previously, and somebody did answer me why there is a gravestone in the upper corner here next to the name on the spider spawning, but I don't remember what it is. So can somebody re-inform me what that means? Because I know it's a specific rule. Like it came from I'm assuming one of the Innistrad sets from before, and it was a unique rule, but I don't remember what it is, and I don't know if it's still valid. So please definitely let me know what that is. This is, I'm unfortunately, for anybody who is arachnophobe, probably an unpleasant card because it's just covered in spiders. Crawl from the Cellar, again, another one with that grave symbol on the side, and I don't remember what it means. But this guy is an undead zombie crawling out of a casket of barrels, which I can only assume previously had wine in it, maybe? There is a big wedding theme to a lot of these vampire cards because they are reprints from Crimson Vow and a couple of other things that all had, again, that wedding theme, so makes sense. Swamp as our hollow. I think we've gotten a different land each time in each pack so far, which is pretty wild. Laboratory Maniac. This definitely feels like it goes with the Alchemist style cards. There's a lot of the green energy, which they seem to really attribute to alchemy in I guess, the Planeswalker plane, like the planes of the Planeswalkers. I don't actually know. I don't know enough about the actual lore of Magic the Gathering. Like I've played enough games, I'm feeling like I'm grokking the rules of Magic, but the actual lore and like history, I've only delved into a little bit, and I usually put it on in the background when I'm falling asleep, so I end up not remembering as much of it as I probably should. But I know it's complicated and changes relatively often and gets retconned sometimes, which is always fun to try to figure out, right? Let's keep going. Fiend Hunter, Ooh, this is really cool. Kind of looks, oh, he is literally a cleric. I was gonna be like, it kind of looks like a cleric because he's got white robes and he's got a big hammer. And then I read the term creature, human cleric. So, well, they nailed it. He does look like a cleric. Lightning Mauler, really cool. I do like his maul with its giant burst of lightning coming out of it. It feels very corn. Spore Crawler, feels very Nurgle. It's a lovely little fungus bug. Giza's Bidding. Oh, is that a sexy nun raising a zombie? Nice. I approve. I approve of everything that is happening here. That is fantastic. Droskull's Shieldmate, a lovely ghost soldier, a big shield. And then Syncopate, which is a lady like protecting a boat that is definitely going to sink. I'm sorry, lady. I don't know if that's the protection from the lightning is going to do you that good. Still no poster. We still haven't gotten a poster card yet. I am genuinely shocked. All right, let's keep going though. We still have time. I mean, we have an entire half still of this booster pack to open and 2 more boosters of our first half. So fingers crossed, this one, this time is gonna have a poster. All right, Spider. Yes! We got Edgar. Hell yeah. Okay, this is, I think, the most normal of all the Edgars you can get. It is hollow, which is nice. He is a legendary creature. He can definitely be a commander. This is the reprint of the card that came in, I believe, the War of the Spark commander sets that came out. There was a vampire one. I don't remember what it was called specifically. I think it might have been tied to a wedding. But Edgar was the commander in that. And now I have a second one because I did actually buy that particular set. But really cool to actually pull this in a pack. That is sick. All right, let's keep going. And we did finally get a poster card. All right, this pack has been a good pack, everybody. All right, Captivating Vampire. Lovely. Oh gosh, is that? I can't tell if both of these people are men or if that is just a short-haired woman. I don't care either way. I approve of everything about this poster. It is quite lovely. Other vampire creatures you control get +1/+1, which is lovely, especially in a vampire deck like I'm planning on building. You can tap 5 untapped vampires you control and gain control of a target creature. It becomes a vampire in addition to its other types. So they just turns people into vampires. All right, what a great pack so far. All right, then we got Meat Hook Massacre. It took me a minute to realize what was in the foreground of this card. That is a hand with a big, giant hook through it. And there's a man with a cleaver in the foreground. You know, honestly, for this being called Meat Hook Massacre, I mean, there's a lot of meat hooks, but there's not many people massacred on them. It doesn't seem quite yet, so he needs to catch up. Maybe that's a little too gruesome. All right, we also have Westvale Abbey. So the same card we got before, but I think this time in hollow. I don't think it was in hollow last time. Actually, I know it wasn't in hollow last time because you could actually see the watercolor a little bit more. And while you can, like in certain reflections, I almost think I like the non-hollow version better. I just realized, does this transform? Oh my God, it transforms. I didn't notice the symbol off to the side. Ormondal Profane, it turns, wait, the Abbey turns into a demon? Legendary creature, demon, all right. Sick. Flying Lifelink, oh my God. Flying Lifelink, Indestructible, and Haste. That is wonderful. What triggers you to turn? Pay 1 life and create a 1/1, okay, that doesn't do it. Tap, okay, so 5 and tap, sacrifice 5 creatures, and then you can transform him. So you'd have to sacrifice 5 creatures to get a 9/7 life link flying indestructible haste. I mean, that could be valuable because it's a land before that, which means it can't really be easily targeted. Oh, I like that. All right, and I have 2 of them now. All right, Flesh Taker is our first uncommon here. That is a person with a bull head on their over their own head, and lovely mask, a human assassin, terrifying. We also have serve the bloodline. I don't think she wants to serve the bloodline. Is she being sucked into a fiery pit? Which bloodline is she serving? Demon one? Probably. I mean, there are demons in this. Speaking of which, okay, well, it's technically not a demon, it's an Eldrazi, which I do know is a different thing in Magic, so never mind. We have a Wretched Griff, which is a very Cthulhu-like creature, horse creature with wings, and far too many legs. Far too many legs. We have a mountain as our land this time. We have the Chalice of Life, which transforms into the Chalice of Death. Target player loses 5 life, and then what does this one do? You gain 1 life. Then if you have at least 10 life or more, the starting, okay, that's when you can transform it. Very nice. The Geist Catcher's Rig. Oh, it's like a medieval Ghostbusters-like vehicle type thing. That's really cool, I like it. It's very steampunk, very steampunk. We have the Howl Pack Resurgent, which is a bunch of werewolves running around on rooftops and in the misty streets, not woods. Streets is the word I'm looking for. We have Red Riding Hood. I mean, it's called a Scorned Villager, but that's just straight up Red Riding Hood. And she turns into the big bad wolf that ate grandma. I'm sure that's been a joke that they literally probably made in, what was it? The not Eldrazi. Eldrad? No, I don't remember what it's called now. I opened like 3 packs of them yesterday and I don't remember. Eldraine. It's probably done in that. But I feel like that's the narrative here. This is Little Red Riding Hood, who confronted the big bad wolf, got turned into a werewolf herself, and now transforms into the moon-scarred werewolf. She does have a giant scar on the back of her, well, on her back, on the back of her back. That doesn't make sense much. All right, let's move on and forget my fumbling. Wildfield Scarecrow. He is a dense, I think there might just be a body in there. Like, not in the arm necessarily, because like the arm definitely feels like it's twigs and it's just a bunch of hay stuff together. I mean, I guess you do see hay in some of the open parts, but I don't know. He feels dense enough to be like have a body in there or something like that. Village rites. Some people lovely sacrificing someone, probably a local passerby who got unlucky. And then we have a blood mad vampire. Vampire berserker. She's going crazy. She does have some beautiful headgear though. I love that. She looks like she might have come from the wedding actually. Perhaps. Maybe she's just gone crazy with bloodlust and she's like, I have to get out of here. I gotta do more. Hold on, let me pull Edgar, that card. Yeah, we got 2 really, honestly, the Westvale Abbey feels like a pretty good card as well. So I feel that pack was very successful. Like 3 pretty decent cards, I feel like. You tell me, but Edgar, I'm extremely ecstatic to have gotten. That is great. Okay, this is the last pack of the first half of our booster. Let's see what else we get. I'm so hyped. I've been loving, honestly, all the werewolf cards, all the vampire cards, all the demon cards. This is all the things that I love. It's been perfect. All right, starting with a wolf. Whoop, oh my God, revealing things. Memory Deluge again. Same art, slightly different treatment, a little bit of a different, oh yeah, the art itself isn't foil, but the border is this time, and I think it was reverse previously. We also have Lieza, the Forgotten Archangel. Ooh. Liza, Forgotten Archangel. I think I pronounced her name wrong there. Flying lifelink, and whenever another non-token creature you control dies, return that card to its owner's hand at the beginning of the next end step. If a creature an opponent controls would die, exile it instead. Okay, that's not bad. She seems pretty cool. I think I remember hearing like she might have been a valuable card at one point. I don't know. I think a lot of the cards in this set have gone down in value since their initial release, just because it is a lot of repeats. Ooh, we have some sort of full art next. What is it? Oh, it is full art. I thought it was going to be a poster, but it's not. Collective Brutality. Okay, I admit I do love the perspective and the art in this one. We have some beefy, like, like strong-jawed werewolves in this scene with some like really cool headgear wearing humans. Oh, he broke his stick. Were you trying to attack him with that? That's probably not nice. Okay, I think the werewolves are fighting these villagers, but really cool art on this card. A sorcery for black. It has escalate, discard a card, choose one or more. You can target an opponent, reveal their hand. You can choose an instant or sorcery card from it. That player discards that card. You target a creature that gets -2/-2 until end of turn. And you can target opponent, loses 2 life, and you gain 2 life. Okay, not bad. Collective Brutality doesn't seem terrible in any capacity. We have Skurdag High Priest. Are you a Transformer? No, you are not. More than meets the eyes. Not this time. He is very cool in his like robes and everything though. And does he have like orbs or those? Oh no, they're lanterns. Skull lanterns. Very, very cool. We have a Tragic Slip. Oh no, he's falling into a grave. That is pretty tragic. It's fine, bro. You'll be able to get out of that. It's totally not that big of a deal. Another Lightning Mauler. This time not in hollow form. A full art Aberrade. I think I said that correctly. Is that like a big bird ripping that person's mask off? That is sick. Very nice red instant. Choose one. Aberrade deals 3 damage to a target creature, or you destroy a target artifact. Ooh. Anytime you can destroy a target artifact, I like cards that do that because I feel like you don't. Anytime that you, as I was saying, anytime that I feel like you can destroy a target artifact, I feel like that is really, really good. I don't feel like there are that many cards that actually do that, so this might be very valuable in play-wise, not monetarily. Then we got a Plains, lovely. A Blood Artist, my favorite type. Also a very classic trope, I feel like, for artists, especially in a goth setting. Oh, let me just paint with blood. It's either the artist's blood directly or it's their victim's blood, and they're just using that. In this case, it's probably, considering she is a vampire, it's probably her victim's blood. You know, I wonder how vampires actually feel about that. Because on one hand, it's kind of a waste of food, right? But on the other hand, it is art. And how can you deny art? And I feel like vampires especially are not necessarily creatures to deny art. Maybe I just indulge in too many fancy vampires and not enough feral vampires, but that's my opinion and I'm sticking to it. We have Niblis of the Urn. I almost read that as Nibbles of the Urn, and I was very confused for a second, but it's Niblis of the Urn, which is a lovely ghost lady coming out of an urn. Anything with flying is wonderful. I love creatures with flying. Boarded windows, you definitely need that. Is that a 2-headed rat monkey creature thing? That is terrifying. I would not want to be in a situation where I need my windows boarded to protect me from whatever the heck that creature is. Now we have a desperate farmer who's gonna transform into a big werewolf. Nope, never mind. He transforms instead into a depraved harvester. His horse apparently rises again as an undead creature, and he just is, I guess, gonna go seek vengeance upon people? What a badass. Nice. We have an Ambusher Viper, which is a big old snake. Again, a really nice sort of semi-realistic take on the creature. Like, it's still stylized, of course, but I really do like these sort of close-ups of some of these creatures. The wolf, really nice. A Soul-Guided Griff. Is that a crane horse? Oh, it's a hippogriff spirit. I don't know if I've ever seen a hippogriff depicted with a crane or any sort of long-necked bird before. That is genuinely like cool and horrifying at the same time, and I kind of love it. And then we have, for our last card in the first half of our collector's booster pack, the Makeshift Mauler, which is a lovely, again, very Resident Evil-esque creature. Oh, this one's a little goofier than I feel like I've seen anything in Resident Evil. What am I saying? It's still very Resident Evil. I love his claw arms and his giant, like, haunched shoulders with spikes coming out of them. So good. All right, let's go ahead and see what we get in the second half of our booster pack. It's the second half of our booster pack. Let's see what we get. We've only pulled one singular poster so far, like poster card. And I had thought that they were a bit more common than that. So I'm curious in this second half, is this where we're gonna see them all? Now, don't get me wrong, I really don't care at this point because we did get the Edgar and that's pretty cool. I'm very, very hyped for that, but I would like to see more posters. We got a Spirit to start us off, a Tireless Tracker. She's actually really cool. This is like very D&D. This doesn't feel very vampire at all. It feels much more like it should be in a D&D, especially considering she's a human scout wearing a bunch of furs with like a very, what is that, not a halberd, what is the spear? I guess it would just be a spear, wouldn't it?
A glaive.
Glaive, thank you. Yes, I think it's a glaive. All right, we've got Captivating Vampire. So we've seen him before. You're lovely. Ooh, Spell Queller. A full art blue and white card. 3 costs. It's a spirit. It's got flash. Ooh, flash is always very nice. And you can bring it in whenever. I know a lot of you people who know magic are like, well, of course, Angela, but sometimes there's people who watch this on my channel who know nothing about magic. I'm just letting them know, but it's a very powerful ability. Flying is extremely good as well. When it enters, you exile a target spell with mana value 4 or less. It's actually pretty good because I feel like a 4-cost spell could be pretty decent. You could get rid of that really easily. Could be very powerful. And then when this creature leaves the battlefield, the exiled card's owner may cast that card without paying its mana cost. Oh, interesting. Okay. I love the art too. Is that a bunch of like little, oh, it's candles. I think it's a bunch of candles like in a, I can't tell what it is exactly. Is that a wheel? It looks like a wheel, but there's like a creature in there, a bunch of candles, a wheel, a lantern. It's very, very pretty though. We have Necroduality, which is a zombie, a Siamese zombie fighting himself. He's been sewn together. I don't think he was born that way. I think he was created that way and he is not pleased by it. Lovely enchantment, actually a mythic rare. Very cool. When a non-token zombie you control enters, create a token that's a copy. Oh, yeah, I see why that's pretty powerful. Nice. We also have the Ulvenwald Mysteries. Ulvenwald? Yes. Lovely enchantment. Village Messenger. Oh, okay, another symbol next to the names that I don't quite know what it means. This one's a little triangle with a little step down beneath it. Again, I'm not sure what that is. Somebody down in the comments, let me know. I'm assuming it's tied to either a specific rule or just tied to a specific set for some reason that maybe had like a unique ability, but that's no longer used, perhaps, just like the grave symbol. But yeah, I'd love to know. Oh, speaking of the grave symbol, there it is again. Dauntless Catcher. Ooh, she's really cool. I like the white and black armor with the little flames. Is that what that is? Yeah, they look like little flames poking out, which is kind of cool. It's very, honestly, it gives me Age of Sigmar vibes with how clean and like crisp it looks. A lovely forest. I'm gonna butcher this card name. It's gonna be great. Triskaidekofia. I don't know what. Hold on. Triskaidekaphobia? I think that was how it's said. I'm not gonna try to repeat that. I don't know what that's a fear of. Somebody tell me. Is that a fear of blood on the wall? Because the person seems to be running from the blood on the wall. Is that what that means? I'll have to look it up later and or check comments once the video's out. Flesh Taker, we've seen him before. The Moonlight Hunter, a werewolf hunting a human. Midnight Scavenger, I believe you transform. Oh, what? So it transforms into a giant card? What? Is that like that's not
definitely the bottom part of half of an Eldrazi horror.
Is it a misprint and it's sideways and it got blown up?
No,
or is it supposed to do that? I haven't found any other...
because it says on the card, melds with graph rats.
Oh, okay.
So I'm assuming that has the other half on the back.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know that was a thing in this set. I don't know how I feel about that yet. Tell me, was this a cool mechanic? Did you enjoy this whenever it was used? Is it still used? I mean, clearly it must. They printed it. That's so weird. How strange. All right, Intrepid Provisioner. A bunch of guys, well, one dude riding a horse and leading another horse with, believe it or not, provisions on the back. Bound by Moon Silver. Oh, that one. What is the thing called that is, you stick your head and your hands into it? It's
Pillar.
Pillory, thank you. A lovely, very cool looking pillory.
A lot of people think it's the stockades.
Yes, I knew it wasn't stockades, and I couldn't even think of the word stockade, but I knew that was wrong.
Or the stocks. You said people would know what you meant. Though.
True, I just couldn't even think of that. I had no words in my head for what that was called. Essence Flux is a
mouthful.
Is a mouthful. It causes me to say flux wrong. Essence Flux has some gorgeous, almost Fable art on it. And I don't mean Fable the game. I mean, like, it feels very... If somebody was writing a Fable, this is the type of art that they would use to represent the characters in said Fable. Folklore. It's a very folklore style art, and I like that. Got it out eventually. All right, continuing on with our packs. Let's keep going. Another wolf. Ooh, a Vexing Devil in full art. Oh, it's 3 Vexing Devils, technically. Lovely, lovely red card. Ooh, it's 1 cost, too. When this creature enters, any opponent may have it deal 4 damage to them. If the player does, sacrifice this creature. That's hilarious.
So if your opponent takes damage, you don't get to keep it.
Yeah, so basically if your opponent doesn't keep it, or if your opponent takes damage, then you don't get to keep it. I mean, that's not a bad deal considering it is a 4/3 and it costs only 1. So might not be a bad deal to take. Oh, we have Necroduality, but in the classic border. Oh, another Vexing Devil. Full art again, but this time not hollow. Again, I feel like this happens way more often than it used to. Do you find that you get duplicates of the same cards in the same packs? Because and I'm not saying in the same booster box, but like within the same sealed pack. I feel like it happens way often. I just spit a little bit on that card. It's okay, I got rid of it. Thalia, the Heretic Catcher. I think we got one of her earlier in the set. She is gorgeous though. She kind of reminds me a little bit of like Ciri, but less scarred and slightly less heavy makeup because I feel like Ciri has really heavy makeup sometimes. Don't be wrong, I love it. She is amazing. I can't wait for the new game to come out. Village Messenger, again, has that little triangle symbol. Oh, the Grizzled Angler does too. You don't transform. Oh, you do transform. You turned into a Moonrise Intruder. Okay, so was that just an indicator of needing to flip it then? That might be what the little triangle symbol is. And then the Grizzled Angler, we've looked at him before. He transforms into a really cool anglerfish that I still think should be a sexy lady body, not a bearded man's head, but it's fine. Ardent Growth. That wall is having some problems. There is a lot of growth on it. A lovely Swamp. Galvanic Juggernaut. It reminds me of the Empire. But Prince and Emperor. Duranin Corpse Trawler? It's probably a type of like walking or something, or like carrying, because she definitely has a corpse on her back. We have a Fiery Temper. Yep, everything is on fire there. The Lantern Bearer. Ooh, he's cool. I like the lanterns that he's carrying around like balloons. Here, child, do you want a lantern today? That's what he's doing. And he transforms into, oh my God, he actually transforms into a lantern's lift, and the lanterns are literally carrying a child away, or at least a young woman away.
It's like a Drifloon.
Oh my God, oh, terrifying. If you don't know, some Pokemon, especially the ghost Pokemon, are quite horrific. we have an Evolving Wilds, of course. The most common land ever found. Isn't there like an Evolving Wilds in like every Commander's
We have an
ever?
entire box of them.
We do. Olivia's Dragoons. Very cool art. I love that crown. That like spiky crown that she has on. A Berserker Vampire. And you don't transform, do you? Nope. And then Strength of Arm. Oh, it's our Siri looking chick. Although I will admit that uniform vaguely reminds me of Team Rocket. I don't know why. It's not actually similar to Team Rocket, actually, but I got Jessie vibes immediately. Even though she's not a redhead at all, she's definitely blonde. All right, no poster. Again, curses. Am I just having terrible luck, or am I misremembering the amount of posters you might get in a booster box? Tell me down in the comments below. Ooh! Okay, well, it's a token, Angela, calm down. But it's a vampire token. And I love vampires. Oh, I revealed it too early. Oh, pretend you didn't see that. Collective Brutality, we've seen this one. Let's go! Mbakul, the Promised End. Mbakul, the Promised End. We have another
cool.
Mbakul.
Yeah, that's the big illithid god.
Oh, excellent. Okay, I mean, he looks like an illithid type god. Flying, trample, protection from protection from instants.
That's what I said. He's the, like, you bring him out to end games card.
Ah, I see. Oh, yes, because
He's
this...
the god of the Eldrazi or something like that.
Oh, nice. Well, now we have him in a cool poster art, full art form, and I think it looks sick. We also, it's the wild pre-reveal of that. Listen, the Collective Brutality was kind of stuck to it, and he got pulled with it. We also got a Grave Crawler, a lovely angsty zombie crawling on the ground. Reforge the Soul, a red sorcery, very fiery lady. Aberrade, which again, the sort of bird creature ripping somebody's mask off. This instance looks really, really rad. And another full art version of it, so I'm pleased. We also have, Blood Artist, but this time in a different style of art. I like this one, I think, a bit more. She looks a bit more mad with her blood art here than she did in the previous one. She was much more refined, and I mean, she was painting like roses and everything. No, she doesn't transform. Okay, they just did alt art for that. So I think I like this version more, although I'm sure the other one, who knows, might be rare. I don't know. Village Rites. Okay, we've seen that one. A nice mountain. Infernal Grasp. That demon is hanging onto your... sticking her fingers in your mouth. Nice. Join the Dance. A guy with candles around his head asking you to join the dance of fire around the effigy. Nice. Definitely not summoning witches or something, or demon or spirit. Maybe it's a protection spell from werewolves or vampires. Do you think they are themselves are werewolves? They don't transform. Okay, it's fine. Splinter Fighter. Are your legs made of twigs? Are you entirely made of twigs? I think this creature is made of twigs. It's an elemental, so it might be made of twigs, actually. That could be very, very true. A Festering Boar. It's just like Princess Mononoke. We need Ashitaka to arrive and shoot this creature in the eye, killing it and causing its vile curse to slither out of it and then set him off on a journey because it actually curses him. Okay, maybe leave that part out, but that's anytime I see an infected boar with big tusks especially, looking sort of nurgly, I think Princess Mononoke. Spontaneous Mutation. You have tentacles growing out of your arms. That is unfortunate, but you know, could be fun. Gluttonous Guest. Again, another card that I've gotten so many of in the Crimson Vow set of cards. Like this is a very common one. I don't remember, do you transform? No, you do not. And then Vuldrain Epicure. I think this also is one from the Crimson Vow set. Beautiful art. I do love, I mean, part of why I like vampire art so much is because it's a lot of red, black, white, and silvers, and often golds. Really all colors that I just like. Also a lot of like purples tend to be in there. So it's frankly just all of my favorite colors. I'm very pleased with what we have gotten when we have gotten our poster cards. I'm also very happy that we got Edgar. That was cool. Unexpected. I really wasn't sure if we'd end up getting him or not, but love that we did. Starting with a spider. Then we have a Mausoleum Wanderer, a 1-cost blue card. Flying. When spirit creatures you control enter, they get +1/+1 until end of turn. And then you can sacrifice this creature and to counter a target instance or sorcery spell. Unless its controller pays X, where X is the creature's power. So is there a way to increase the creature's power? Because it's only 1.
Yeah, of course.
I didn't know if it had a way to increase its power. Oh, actually, this one, okay, because yeah, whenever another spirit you control enters, this creature gets +1/+1. So not the creature that's entering, but this one does. So if you just like dumped a bunch of spirits suddenly onto the board, you could boost him up really high.
Spirit tokens.
Yeah, okay, that's cool. I like that. Maybe if I do end up building a blue deck, maybe I should make it a spirit deck. And that would be a good way for me to like bond with the blue color tone and learn its powers and how to manipulate, well, everything. Because I feel like anytime I play against somebody who's really good at blue, I just am like, okay, well, I don't feel like I get to do anything because you're countering everything I do. I want to be that person though. All right, Memory Deluge. I feel like we've gotten that quite a few times. Ooh, Restoration Angel, a full art angel with flash flying. She's beautiful. She's restoring that human to life. She has a arrow through her chest, which is quite unfortunate. Then we get a Grimgrin Corpseborn. He is a very big man with a werewolf skewered on a massive hook that is attached to a chain, which is attached to his elbow because does he not have, I think it is attached to his elbow. He is majestic. He is also capable of being a commander because he is a legendary creature. Interesting. Ecstatic Awakener. Do you flip? Yes, you do. Becomes the Awoken Demon. Lovely. All right, yeah, actually we saw him before. And then we have the Scorned Villager again, who turns into the Big Bad Wolf. We have our Blood Artist, an island, a Smoldering Werewolf, who becomes what, just a normal werewolf? No, I'm sorry, an Erupting Dreadwolf. Much cooler than a just normal werewolf. He's gotten infected by Los Plagos because he has turned into a Resident Evil werewolf. Wonderful. We have a Morbid Opportunist. Really cool, like assassin looking character. The Honeymoon Hearse. Another Crimson Vow one. I recognize this. I've also got the art card for this one, which is really nice. The Lunarch Veteran, and the Luminous Phantom that they turn into. The Wretched Griff. The Lunarch Mantle. That person has ripped an angel's wing right off. Mean. And then the Tragic Slip yet again. All right, we have 2 booster packs left. I mean, I don't even know at this point what I really am hoping for because I've got a couple poster cards and I've gotten Edgar. So I don't really know what else I might be wanting.
Serial numbered card.
Yeah, I guess like a serial numbered card, but I guess I don't have high expectations of that. I don't have a lot of high expectations of that. All right, so we've got a clue. Ooh, we have a holo version of When the Meat Hook Massacre Enters. So we've seen this card, but that's the
beginning of the text. That's its rules. What's the card?
Oh, sorry.
They're hard to read.
I think it is the Meat Hook Massacre because we've gotten this card previously as a non-poster form. No, you're right.
That should be its rules.
That is its rules, but I think the Meat Hook Massacre is the title, and then they put When the Meat Hook Massacre, so they've bled it into...
Yeah.
Okay, these are very hard to read, but yes, this is the Meat Hook Massacre. We saw this previously.
Imagine someone with an entire deck of movie posters.
Could you do that?
No,
I mean,
it would be good, but yes.
I guess, yeah, because you'd have to have that in lands, I guess, but like...
There's weird You could do something.
You could probably do something. That would be wild. But yes, we've seen this card because it was the one with the meat hook with the giant hand in front of it, or hooked onto it. So we've seen this one before, but this is the movie poster version. Does he not look like, what is the pig with the mohawk in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
Oh, it's either Bebop or Rocksteady.
Yeah,
I can't remember which one.
I never remember which one's which, but it looks like, I think it's Bebop, but I'm not sure. It doesn't not look kind of like one of them. What has happened to you, Bebop and or Rocksteady? All right, we've got the Hunt Master of the Fells, but this time with the cool, I think this was, the showcase art or border, but I think this was unique to one of the Crimson Vow sets. Or the werewolf, whatever the werewolf one was called, I don't remember now. The Galvanic Iteration, we've saw this one before. The Hellvolt, all right, this is a legendary artifact. Nice. Oh, that's the thing. I feel like that the dudes were summoning in that one other card because it's a sort of twisted rock looking thing. So maybe they were summoning a Hellvolt so that they could either exile a target creature that you control or exile a target creature you don't control for 7. Good God. I mean, I guess you are exiling somebody else's creature, but still 7 seems kind of high for that, but whatever. When this gets put into the graveyard from the battlefield, return all cards exiled with it to the battlefield under their owner's control. Interesting. Okay. It's also colorless. We've got Giza's Bidding. We saw that before, but this time, oh, this is that fancy foil where it's got the little skulls. Or something. Or maybe it's just a weird board. No, those are just bubbles. Never mind, they're not little skulls, they're just bubbles. I think it's a interesting, like, older treatment of the border. Demon Male Hauberk. Hauberk? It's a Hauberk. H-A-U.
Piece of armor.
Oh, that explains why the arm is bleeding. Or the armor looks like it's bleeding on the arm. It of the Horrid Swamp. It's of the Horrid Swamp. It's a giant, gnarly looking centipede. Then we've got a Forest. A Soul Cipher board, aka a Ouija board, which turns into a cipher-bound spirit. I think this is how people wish Ouija boards acted, where it binds the spirit to it and then they can like control it or manipulate it or something, but that ain't how it works.
Fun fact, I can't call it a Ouija board because I don't think Hasbro owns Ouija. That's Mattel.
Oh, is that what it is? I thought Hasbro was the owner of Ouija, but now that you say that,
I'm not sure. I know whoever owns it defends it because it's a spirit board, and Ouija is a
specific. Yeah, specific. Slayer of the Wicked. You're not a slayer. You're a boy. The Slayer's a woman. How dare you? Oh, you're right. Okay, fair enough. And you know what? Connor did cut his hair short, so there you go. I'll take that. A Butcher's Cleaver, exactly as it sounds. Delver of Secrets, which transforms into the Insectile Aberration. I was not expecting insects. I should have, because blue always turns into weird giant creatures. But and you know what? There's literally a mantis in this this person is holding. So maybe I should have expected insects, but I wasn't. A Barmble Worm. An Ancestral Anger, which we've seen before, and an Inspiring Captain. That horse is about to stomp on me. I don't like that. I don't like that horse is about to stomp my face in. I'm for the vampires. It's fine. I'll just move really fast and he'll avoid him. He can't catch me. I'm a vampire.
The final pack.
The final pack.
Did you cycle the camera?
You know what? Yes. I think we'd have enough time, but let's cycle the camera.
And you see now, when you pull something amazing out,
Yes.
they'll all think it was a plant.
Yep, that's absolutely true. I mean, we've already pulled the amazing thing. We got an Edgar.
No, you're not. This
is going to be the serialized one? God damn it.
This is the serialized full art poster Edgar, of course.
Okay, of course. Of course. Well, we start with a honestly gorgeous human soldier token. Then we've got We got a second.
Is that a hollow ember cool?
Yes, I think that wasn't the other one.
I don't think so.
Oh, okay, so we've got now a hollow version.
You know what? I'll take it.
That's really cool. All right, then we also got Hopeful Initiate. Somebody's feeling very zen. Oh, their candles are floating. That's really cool. We also have a full art Rooftop Storm, which is a man trying to bring this corpse back to life with the power of electricity, as is proper for blue, because blue ends up getting a lot of electricity. We also have Deserted Beach, which is a lovely land. This land enters tapped unless you control 2 or more other lands, and it can be used as a white or a blue. The Crusade of Odric. That is she kind of looks like Becky Lynch, but it might just be the red hair. But I really like the pirate hat. Like, that's a cool pirate hat. I approve. Ooh, I also approve of this card because I love all of the purple, ethereal, like, mystic energy for Killing Wave. That looks rad. She's like disintegrating those women. That's how I wish I could win all of my fights. Just end all of my fights with disintegrating people. Be gone! I've heard enough of you. Oh, it's another young wolf. Lovely. A mountain. The town gossip monger, which transforms into an incited rabble. They're going after the beast. I don't want to sing the song, mostly because I actually don't remember off the top of my head the Beauty and the Beast song that Gaston sings to rabble the people, or to rally the people as they're heading towards the beast.
Kill the beast.
Yeah, that's the only part I remember as well. But also I don't want to get copyright struck, so it's fine that I don't remember. A Haunted Dead. Okay, she looks like a slayer. Like, this woman on this art looks like she could be a slayer. She's apparently a zombie though. She does look a little undead. It's a little hard to tell with the hollow, I will admit sometimes. We have a Runebound Wolf, a Harvest Hand, which is a scarecrow that turns into a young woman with a scythe. The Scrounged Scythe. Oh, I see. I see. So instead of this, it's a woman, she found this scarecrow and she's like, you know what? You don't need that scythe hand, my friend. I could use that to destroy things instead. Thank you. And she took it. Grapple with the past. Murderous compulsion. Oh, that man just stabbed that man in the chest. I mean, I guess that would be a murderous compulsion. And then Silent Departed as our final card. And here are my 6 favorite cards that I got from my collector's booster packs for Innistrad Remastered. We have caught, of course, Edgar, because he was the one I wanted the most out of all of the cards in this, is to just be able to pull him again, because while I do have him for my commander deck, it's really exciting to have actually pulled him from a pack randomly. Oh, so good. We also have the Embacool, which we actually got a couple of, but the hollow is of course my favorite because it's shiny and it's just sparkly and it really, really just piques my magpie brain. We also have the Meat Hook Massacre, which we again got a couple of, but the movie poster version is by far my favorite. Like, the art just looks great. And again, I feel like he either looks like Bebop or Rocksteady from TMNT, which just makes it even funnier to me. We also have the Crater Hoof Behemoth, which I just really like, this cool giant frog. He also is apparently a pretty pricey card too, so really good pull. We also have Sorin, majestic, and how can you not love Henry Cavill? Come on, he's beautiful, and now he's a vampire. Favorite creature in the world. I need to look and see if Henry Cavill's ever played a vampire in like a movie or television show, and if he hasn't, he should, because he would make a beautiful vampire. He's so good. And then this one's not very valuable, but I just really like the art of it, and it's one of the movie poster ones, so I was really excited to get it. And that is Captivating Vampires. They are beautiful. I love the card art, and I hope you enjoyed today's unboxing. I know that I enjoyed being able to open up these cards. It was a huge amount of fun. I love the collector's boosters just because of the variety of like fun and sometimes more valuable cards that you get in them. Like, I know it's a little bit more expensive, oh my gosh, do I know it's a little bit more expensive? But at least in this instance, the fun and value I get out of just being able to open them up and the excitement and joy I get of seeing all that beautiful art, it makes it worth it to me. So I hope you guys enjoyed today. If you did, make sure to like us, subscribe to the channel so you never miss more. And I want to thank my patrons and YouTube members especially before I head out, because without your guys' support, we would not be able to do this. I wouldn't be able to buy all these card packs and open them up for you. So thank you very, very much for all the support you give us. I've been Angela, and I hope you have a wonderful hobby night. Bye, everybody.